What is going on, everyone? My name is Boy and I am back with this absolutely crazy good game featuring Age Mythology of the Titan spawning in the left side of the map in the red color playing as Zeus. His name's HellsRavage. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Ra is Joe. The map's in Midgard, and I tell you what, Joe's been back for 1 day as of these recordings, and Hells twisted my arm and said, cast him. And I said, you know what, you twisted my arm, so I'll do it. So that's fine. That's fine, we do it. But he's told me to cast this completely and utterly imbalanced matchup, Ra versus Zeus on Midgard. It's like 95-5 for Zeus against Ra. There's nothing that Ra could do at all to win these matchups. So basically what we're saying is Joe's going to have to play out of his mind to win. So we'll see if he can do that or not. And yeah, alright. So Catastrophe is doing his scouting thing, building his docks. Let's see if he remembers to cut this fishing ship. Really important to cut this fishing ship and get a house, otherwise you get housed. And he cuts it. Hells is a pro, man. He knows this stuff. Now, Ra, on the other hand, is much more simple. You build this dock and then you what? You don't build a house here? Where's the house, Joe? Joe's going to get supply blocked here. I almost guarantee that it's going to happen. So if you don't build the house straight away, you forget about it. Oh, there it is. And the Pharaoh on top of it. This is what Rust does to you guys. And thus... you should never leave the game to go and play Age of Empires 2, because basically you make me sad and everyone else sad as well. And so we're so happy that you're back and that we missed you so much. Alrighty. Alright, let's check out the fish and how this is shaping up. The fish is actually really nice for Joe. He's got some good fish here, here and here. And he's going to be able to spam those docks out and get a nice 18 fish classical age boom here. Generally speaking, the build order here for Ra and mostly all the Egyptians is 4 villagers food, 4 villagers wood with your pharaoh on wood and your priest on food, and then 4 villagers gold, and then you put more villagers on wood and you spam out fishing ships. So it allows you to get a temple up for a 5-minute advance time. It allows you to get 4 docks up or 5 docks up as well during the Archaic Age and early class and on the way to Classical Age. So before 5 minutes you get 5 docks up, and it allows you to get out 20 or 18 fishing ships. I think a 5-minute advance time is the 4 villagers on wood and only 12 fishing ships. But you can build more fishing ships as you go to the Classical Age. So you can still get that 5-minute advance time. Leave some villagers on wood, build those fishing ships while going to the Classical Age. Get less docks and go for an early second town center, which is probably the best play against Zeus. Because what I mentioned in the early was, it was a bit of a joke, 95-5, but Zeus has one of the strongest Midgards out of everyone, because his water is next to impossible to defeat, because he can get to the heroic age through Dionysus before you can push him off the water. And once he gets out Skylar, it's basically a nightmare for you on water, and you have to spend many more resources than he does to hold on to it. But then also, if you have a rough map, which luckily Joe doesn't, land attacks are really difficult to deal with, because you get that extra boost in food to get out Minotaur and Hoplite and all of your stuff really quickly. But that's probably not going to happen in this game. So the answer for Ra against sort of a semi-fast heroic water attack, like boomy water attack from Hells, is to just grab 3 town centers. Basically grab early tech in town center when he hits the Classical Age, which should be fairly soon. He's out of food here, so a little bit of a later advance time. Would have liked to have had like an extra carol, extra berry or something, just to get that extra 100 food and advance 30 seconds earlier. But he's gonna be getting up fairly soon. And then you want to grab the town center. You want to get Percy. You want to play super defensively. And then once Dionysus comes in and you see the Skylar, you can just give up on water because it's done, and you just build town centers. And we do see. Is this just a scoutless? No, it's not a scoutless. Okay. You see the military academies coming down. Joe does not see this. And what's he doing here? The wall's coming up. Once he sees the Athena, I'm sure he'll be a little bit worried. Because I guess he can just push straight through this temple and straight through this location as well and be all on top of this. There's the Minotaur. He has seen the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I've seen the Athena. That's what I was thinking. So let's see what Joe can do. He's building the houses up around this watchtower. This watchtower is imperative to hold on to. This one also is really important, but Hells is going to have to come around this way first to get through there. So he has to go off this sentry tower or watchtower. So he will be able to just house up around here. So we'll see what Joe can do. He's got a lot of villagers over here putting walls up. Hopefully he instantly buys, what do you call it? Instantly buys Skin of the Rhino. Pharaoh gets pulled off the line here. Bolt coming down on the Pharaoh. And looking like this is going to be very difficult for Joe to hold on to. Barracks coming down in the back. It's behind some houses, but I would have liked to see it get thrown down in town center fire here. Priest dealing some damage. Jason attacking this Wadjet. And he does actually manage to pick it off with the Odysseus. The sentry or the watchtower goes down. These villagers running away. We've got some priests coming out, and no Skin of the Rhino just yet. But the villagers need to get. Well, he hasn't actually lost. Well, that's the first one lost. I was going to say he hasn't actually lost any. This is a reason why you don't want to chuck the barracks up this far back, because it would be very, very difficult to get it up. And we've got some cabinets coming in. Hells realizes he can get a lot of economic damage done by just doing a little bit of harass with those cabinets. We see shifting sands get cast, brings them over here. Oh, he actually manages to bring a villager and a priest, but gets the Minotaur, Jason, and Hoplite. Villagers getting used to fight at this point. And there's the Skin of the Rhino for Joe. That's going to allow his villagers to do a lot of damage, a lot of tanking. Priest is still trying to take down that Minotaur, but the villagers are chasing the Odysseus around. So a lot of losses right here for Joe, which is completely brutal. But now I've got Axeman starting to come out. Joe's got a lot of fish potentially compared to what Els has got. Els got 20 20 villagers on food, but only 9 fish. So basically, for this land attack to do enough damage, he has to pick off 11 villagers to be even on villagers. So even though all of this damage is coming in onto Joe, he's still not behind. Not only that, we've got some cabinets coming in to harass. There's a trireme getting built out, and Joe's going to be doing a lot of damage. We do see that Jason gets surrounded right there. Pharaoh getting targeted by the Odysseus, trying to get taken down. Barracks in the back going to get picked off very soon. Joe's housed at 64 population. And Hells is sitting at 79 population right now. Villagers still trying to get in there and face off against those hoplites and toxotes, but the barracks does end up falling there for Joe. So nice pick off there. And you can see Joe's resources are sitting very, very high. And we'll see if he can continue to hold here. He still has quite a few left. 22 villagers left, still building villagers. Slowly losing them though. One's Minotaur on 5 HP and one on 113 HP. We'll see if he can pick those off or not. But Hells has got some good micro, keeping him in the back. Bringing them back in one by one. 5 HP is just one villager dagger, so we'll see if he does that. There we go, picks him up without the special getting built or used. Villagers are now again retreating, and I was trying to deal the damage, and he's actually forcing villagers into the town center now. And the cabinet's going to clean up the rest of this water here. You may have to build some cabinets just to hold onto these docks as well. The villagers jumping onto some trees over here as well. Feels good, man. Feels good. We'll see if Hells can get the town center takedown. He needs quite a few more units. I need about 100 pop Greek army to go for a town center takedown without restoration, or like 3 Minotaur. It'll be interesting. The Axemen coming in, ready for another little onslaught, but villagers need to be the ones tanking the damage while the Axemen take down the hoplite. And that's what we're trying to see happen. Oh man, this woodline's, we didn't notice that. This woodline's really, really bad as well. Can't actually gather wood, so we can't get slingers out. But the villagers are doing work, cleaning up this army. Priest gets pulled back to deal with, to run away from the Odysseus. The Minotaur at 7 HP getting chased down by the priest, but he's a fast boy. He may look like he's kind of a little bit swaggy there, a little bit dawdly, but he gets away from that priest nice and easily. And Joe still not able to get any resources here because Hells is just absolute abuse of Athena right now. But again, we got 16 villages here. Hells is sitting at roughly 30. And Joe has got... Joe's probably also sitting at similar villager count right now. So the fish doesn't have first scene. Doesn't even have first scene. Super unfortunate. He needs to grab that. But he's actually also already at 100 favor. I bet you, 100 food. I bet you he wishes he went Bast here so we can at least get out some of those Sphinx. But not happening just yet. The Heferi's been picked off twice already, as you can see. I can't say it. Hatshepsut the third. Every time they die, it's a bad time. Another death for a pharaoh. But now we can start getting some of those slingers out. Looks like Joe's managed to grab some wood here. He needs those slingers to pick off the Toxotes. His villagers can tank for a while, but it's a difficult process for them to pick off the army. Even with the Axemen, these hoplite kind of still do pretty good. You see how much damage they do, but by the time they swing that axe, the hoplite's pretty much already done the damage back. He is managing to pick off these units. Yet again, has picked off all of those Toxotes with the slingers. Feels good, man. Odysseus under fire now, and Joe still able to keep building villages because he hasn't had any of this fish touched. Jevnets have cleared up the dock. We do see HellsRavage coming back to rebuild his dock. Realizes, maybe I need some fish here. We do see an armory coming up for Joe now. He's looking like he wants to get to the heroic age. If he goes through segment here, he's going to be able to defend even longer, but he kind of needs... I don't know what he needs. Segment would give him a use for all of this food economy. He'd be able to build scarabs, but then what? Then what is definitely the question. Now the armory will get up, and Hells is going to spot that, so we'll see what he can do with it. But coming in now onto the barracks, taking it down. See which god he decides to go here. Pharaoh popping out. Heads up, shoot. I can't even say it. But there we go. Hathor's the god of choice. Villagers jumping into the town center. He needs those for his army, though. It's really important. The villagers moving on over to this. They still got a little bit of gold to play with here. That's actually 200 gold is something like 10 units for 10 classical age units for Egyptian, because they cost next to gold, 30 gold, 20 gold, 24 gold, sorry. So let's see if we get a lot of those out, but the temple gets pulled off, so it's picked off, sorry. So no free pursuit shots. Gonna try and get the temple back up. May have to empower that one with the pharaoh, which he does do. And get that rock to start getting some more raids in. The hoplites Toxotes looking to take down the dock, but decide against that. Yeah, better judgment to do something else. Joe can also build a market now and trade that excess food for gold in order to build some more axemen out. Still needs to build up those houses, which he hasn't done. There's the market that goes down instantly. This reminds me of a chemo game that was played against some sort of land aggression. And there is the market. Houses going up for Joe. Into you. Start trading that food, which is getting about 69 gold for each a bit of food that's going down, which means he's trading actively. This Justos doing a lot of damage, but Odysseus is still at a large amount of HP. I have to pick him off. Nice drag in for the Odysseus to get in there, but still going to be living, and he gets picked off. He gets picked off. All things dying over here. But it looks like Joe's actually kind of stabilized. He can get up a Midgard stronghold. There's only 97 gold left here, so this Midgard's not going to do a lot, but he will be able to get out, potentially get out some chariot archers or elephant, maybe the way to go. Elephants attack those Toxotes arrows, but chariot archers would be a better idea. You just can't gather wood. Got a couple of straggler trees, got a lumber camp over here you could grab. To finish off this, we do see a locust coming down. Oh, huge locust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villager pickoffs there. That's huge. And yet again, another fight coming in, but this one's less good for Joe, but he's managing to win it as Hells is going to have to get out of there when the chariot archers come in and join the party. And now Joe's probably... He's probably ready to be looking for a second gold mine. He'll probably come over here and grab this one. Especially if he trades that gold away and gets some Midgard and just slaps it over here with his army. Because Hells' army is a little bit out of position. He can take a couple of hits here from the Midgard stronghold. Shoots so many arrows because the Pharaoh's empowering it. Actually, effectively, I think it doubles the arrows if you're empowering it. So it doubles the damage that your Midgard does. Which is very, very big indeed. And now we've got Joe's finishing off his houses. That feels good.
Into you.
And his food situation is getting very, very dire. And he should be, now he's starting to stabilize a little bit. He should be thinking about getting up per scene. And it should be no surprise that Joe's manages to survive here after all of those villager losses. A very, very talented defender, that's for sure. But still, not making a go at it with the second gold mine is going to be a little bit scary. So we'll see what he can do. We do have the rock still running around. Dionysus comes in.
Into you.
We'll try and pick off some villages here, but the Toxotes are going to probably make short work of these chariot archers. But once they get the full speed, they do dodge the arrows. It's a huge army for Hell, sitting at almost 30 units there.
Go into you.
Actually, maybe it is even 30 units, so very, very good. But Joe now got a lot of resources in the bank. He needs to go to a town center or something. Hell's just going to be sitting with 15 more population to play with at this point.
Gary.
Relics on the map. Oh, Army of Achilles would be a half decent relic to be grabbing as well, but I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, he's seen it. Not sure why that's not the case. I would love, yeah, it would actually not be a bad idea for like the villagers to just run up to this gold mine. But I feel like Joe's got no idea. Yeah, he doesn't know it's there. That's unlucky. Hoplites coming in onto this temple. Looking to go for the town center here. We do see a rain to block the bronze. Joe's still defending with all his might. We've got the chariot raids while this is going on. Hell's not paying attention to this at all. We're going to lose a lot of villagers while this is going on. We've got the Hydra sitting in the back. Hoplite moving into the front. Joe can probably sell off some of his wood now and spam some mercenary if he so chooses. Mercenary wouldn't be a bad idea, but the Toxotes taking down a lot of those axemen there, but does manage to pick off that Hydra in the back. Villagers coming off the wood line, thinking about maybe they have to come and help out, but it's looking like most of these units, or most of these hoplites, will be getting picked off, and we do see the villagers finally retreating away from the chariot archers there while this fight was going on. Really nice multi-attack, but it's looking like Joe is able to survive another day right now. Sitting on the some of the worst possible economy you can get, but I guess wood gathers pretty fast. It's the same speed as the gold, and we've probably got their scenes now in. So these are very fast units. We've got bronze coming in. moving these medium Toxotes up to 40% pierce and hack armor. Really strong units, but nice micro from Joe, because if you realize if the chariot archers are moving, he's doing Archer Age of Empires 2 Archer micro there. But if you run away from the Toxotes, when their arrows are mid-flight, with Ra chariots, they do dodge them. It's very, very good. Now, unfortunately, when we check the post game to see total resources here, it's not going to be a very good picture of what the actual total resources are, because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you sell food or buy gold or sell or buy resources, that counts as extra resources going into your economy. So it's probably not going to be an accurate depiction of exactly how Joe's economy is going. But we shall see. Well, Kevin's picking off villages over here. I like it. Going to be saving these chariot archers as well, getting a couple more picks. This is huge. These Kevin's do a lot of damage. Is he going to try and drag them in? Oh, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Oh, the villagers coming in here. They're gonna get some shots from the cabinet, but the chariot archers are gonna be falling, and Joe's still sitting with 0 gold, and we see food is 39 gold. Food is worth 39 gold, and wood is worth 29 gold. Joe just not able to face the might of Hell's army just yet, but I think with all of these villages, he would probably win with the chariot archers. If he goes at him and just goes for this gold mine really aggressively with like 15 of these villages, or even all the villages, he'll potentially win the fight and get the gold mine. I wouldn't even be mad at seeing Joe go for like a village of Ragnarok onto a town center either. It seems like it could work out quite well as well, but still he's using the micro he's learned in Age of Empires 2. If you've never played the game or seen the game, basically you can grab like your archers and shoot and then run back and then shoot and run back, because there's a wind down time or something of their attacks. It's not the same in Age of Mythology, but it's pretty funny because it works the same way in that your range is really high and you can outrange the Toxotes. So super funny right there. Now I've got some Peltas coming out from Hells to counter the chariot archers, but Joe is on top of this wood. For some reason running away from these Toxotes, which he would just completely demolish if these villagers were tanking and the chariot archer doing all the damage in the back. Got some chariot archer raids here. We do see Son of Osiris. We've got Osiris has come. How did Joe get to the Mythic Age here? Come on, man. This must be getting so much food from the fish here. He's managed to trade his way to the Mythic Age. Running through with the chariot archers, making his way back home. And that'll be very, very exciting. Going for this gold mine. You got a gold mine here, Joe. Come for this one. It's literally just over here. Dude, you don't... Joe. That's fine. I understand. It's fine. You want Hells to get distracted by your villagers so that your army can kill him. Makes sense. Very smart. Alright. Siege Workshop coming out now for Joe. Peltas coming here. I think Joe's going to try and pick up some of these buildings or something. Got the Son of Osiris in the front here, chariot archers in the back. Got an army coming in to surround over here. Cavalry trying to dodge arrows. Son of Osiris under some fire. Peltas picking off all of these chariot archers getting picked off. And the Son of Osiris is losing his HP so very, very quickly with the villagers get pulled off the gold mine here. And Joe actually maybe taking even more damage from the Peltas, which is pretty funny because they don't do that much, but with that many of them, is on 20 HP, 13 HP, 6 HP, 2 HP, and he falls to the might of Joe's army here. Did not manage to get his temple back up to get a free mummy, which could have been pretty huge as well. But the village is coming back and sitting idle. What's he going to do here? Needs to... Wait, he's just grabbing this gold mine. It's free. Joe just trying to keep pumping out units, but Hells is sitting at 117 pop. Joe's sitting at 75 pop. And Heracles has joined the party. This guy is an absolute machine. With his club, he deals some serious damage and 480 HP. Just does not die very easily at all. And the villagers retreating away. Now he finally goes for this gold line, but he's got no army left to defend it. It would be nice to see him try and hold off a little bit longer, trade his way to a Midgard stronghold, try and put it down over here. And maybe he would have been able to hold on to this and continue, but no gold mines, 25 villages plus the 19 fish versus HellsRavages, probably max villages fairly soon off of 3 town centers. Cavalry taking down some more units. Those villagers getting picked off in the back here. These villagers retreating away yet again. No resources to run to there. Bear is out for the 5th time. Very, very good play. Hell's just too strong on this map here. Cabinet's still doing raids, stopping the wars from being grabbed. For some reason they decided to fight the cabinet. It's losing a lot of villagers over there. Joe maybe feels like he's ready to go for the gold mine. No real resources left. Chasing the Toxoides as they turn into heavy. And that is the game. GG. I don't know why I typed GG then. Well played. That's a memey game. Memey game indeed. I think Joe probably could have had this gold mine here. And then with a Midgard. And then once he had this gold mine, he was in a nice position to make a push through on this town center and then potentially control this half of the map. And then maybe go late game and get a win. But well played by Hells, managed to keep the pressure up. Unfortunately, Joe could not take this game. And I'm going to chalk that up to completely rust. A full power Joe would have won this game 100% of the time every time. Let's jump out and see if the guys want to play some live